Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to episode 3, City Skylines, where we continue on with Elfwyn Park, Brandon Square, and over here Monorkin Park. Down here, I'm working on Gosrith Farm, and this is supposed to be an industry, but it turns out I'm doing it wrong. I was building a district. I was designating a district, and that's not how you do it. You need to designate an industry area. So I'm going to remove Gosrith Farm and rebuild it. Just scrap all of it and then paint this whole bunch as fertile farmland. Maybe that's a bit too much. Unzone there. And now it immediately unlocks the first building. Farm main building. Sets an unassigned industry areas type to farming and allows its level progression. It also works as the industry assets headquarters, industry areas headquarters for service vehicles. Here we go. It's going to be starting with extractor buildings, then processing buildings, then unique factories, and finally to commercial zones and profit. Right, so before I can do that, I'll first have to set up some infrastructure. Let's go with a bunch of roads. Since this is probably going to be a pretty big area, yeah, let's set up a large roundabout, because I'm still more confident in the game's ability to do that than my own. So, get that built, remove that bit, and then have a 2-lane going from here to here, and another 2-lane going from here to here. Arguably, I would like a 3-lane, but I don't have those available yet. So this is currently the best I can get, and I don't quite like that, but so be it. So, rename this again to the Gosrith farming area. Again, starting out with a larger road. Let's go for a medium industry road. A 2-way concrete road with 4 lanes. Medium industry road is cheaper than regular 4-lane roads, but generate more noise pollution. Supports medium traffic. So that's going to be the core. And I'll make this a bit of a plus, so it's going to be easier to work with. I cannot spend too much cash on just building some roads, because I'll also have to generate power for the area and make sure that they have the rest of the amenities that they will require. Alright, time to set up that main building. That's going to cost me 15,000. Expensive indeed. Build that. Congratulations! The next buildings have been unlocked. I now have the grain silo, small animal pasture, small crop field, and small fruit field. So I can now build any of these. And fortunately, these actually line up perfectly here. Let's get one of these things built. Small crop field can be used to cultivate wheat, potato, corn, or cotton. All extractor variations produce farming raw materials, crops. Extractor needs to be placed on fertile land inside industry area. And I believe that this is indeed pretty fertile land. Maybe a bit more to the north, actually. Now, I'm just going to start out with this, because I still need to set up the rest of the infrastructure, starting with power. This is an advanced wind turbine, whereas these things generate a maximum of 8 megawatts. These things generate a maximum of 20 megawatts. And I will set that up here. Hook it up to the main power. For those of you who are already listening to the music, I have changed it to Surviving Mars, because I personally think that that has some really good music. Alright, and I need to build an extractor to collect raw resources for the processing plants. Yes, about that. That's not going to be easy, because I don't have the cash. A small fruit field is probably what I need. This is going to... No, it's going to cultivate stuff. So yeah, it's not quite what I need. And moreover, I'm going to need a lot more cash if I want to get this done. And I still cannot get that because I need a population of 22k. So for the moment, this is all nice, but I cannot work with it yet. I'm going to have to wait for a bit more cash to come in. I can slowly start to set up some infrastructure here, starting with the water supply. But in order to get water, I'm gonna need something like a water tower for 3.5k. I have 1230, so let's speed it up a bit. There's a medium demand for all types of industry, or all types of buildings, so I'm going to have to try and get more built. I just don't really know where. Oh great, we have crime. Maybe I can do a bit more here. I just don't know if these lots are big enough to work with. Maybe they are. Nope, no, not that one. Hopefully they are. Also here, here, and here. And these are very tough to build on, I imagine. But at least people are starting to build their homes. So this is going to proceed with more population and getting me closer to the next goal, which is 4,600. Cemetery needed. A dead person is waiting for transport. Make sure that there are enough hearses and that they can reach the buildings and transport the dead back to the cemeteries and crematoriums. I would love to, but I, once again, cannot afford that. That's medical care, sports, cemetery. 8,000. Sorry, no joy. I first need to set up a water tower here. Okay, so now at least they have water, but they still do not have power. Fine, I'll just cross the road. There you go. Now, we can get service vehicles over here, but not population. Because I still haven't built a bridge from one side to the other. So maybe I've been a little too ambitious with my expansion plans over here. So be it. Live and learn. Let's get rid of some of the abandoned things. Is that a dead person waiting for transport? Yeah. Multiple, in fact. Not really something I can work with at the moment, I'm afraid. Oh, right, and now they're complaining that they don't have sewage. Which they're right about. Sewage is backing up. If I want to build one of those pipes, it's going to cost me yet another 4,000. And I am still fairly to extensively broke. So, the whole industry area is not really working too well. Now, if I'm not mistaken, what's going to happen is that we're going to keep storing more and more crops, which will then start to move on to a different sector. Yeah, I'm currently not outputting it yet, because I don't think I have an extractor building. Total profit is negative. And I do have workers, apparently. How they get there is anybody's business, or anybody's guess. But they're able to get here. Buy new land. That's very optimistic, seeing my current situation. Is it at all affordable to build another road here? Or to set up some more industry? See, I don't want to do all of that. Let's say just to there. 2,400, 2,500. A couple of forestry industry buildings over here, operating normally, and they are very happy about it. 3,100. This traffic is starting to back up a bit. It's not terrible yet, but maybe it's a good time to start learning about these things. Priority signs. Click on a junction. Clicked. Click on the blank spot to cycle through the available priority signs. Available hotkeys: shift to add priority signs to multiple roads or segments at once, or hold control or control shift to quickly set up all traffic rules with the high priority. Right. This should wait. That makes this the priority. Yep, same. Same. Like that. There. Hopefully, now the people on the roundabout are going to keep going, and the people wanting to get to the roundabout don't have to wait as long. Okay, 3,800. Yeah, I know. I need a lot more amenities. I know. Eco pipe, 4,000. Is this really what I need to be doing right now? Oh, total profit minus 12. I am getting an output of 160 tons. But I could also be just making more money with it if I get extractor buildings. But right now they're not very happy because the sewage is backing up. Let's go for the main concerns first. I have too much power. So arguably I could remove a little bit of my budget for power. Save a bit more cash that way. Water. I have way more pumping capacity than what I actually need. That's also courtesy of the water tower. This thing has a pumping capacity of 60,000 a week. And this thing has a capacity of 120,000. Yeah, 120,000. But this one is probably pretty busy as is. It's hard to tell because I don't have a unified grid. Maybe that's just the solution. 2,700, make it a unified grid. That will eventually get this sewage out of here. There we go. Appearance. Yeah, just an average greenhouse. That'll work. Okay then. What else can I set up here with the industry? A small fruit field? No. This is a small animal pasture. Okay. This is a small grain silo.
With yakisoba, the noodle masters. No matter what
Net
stage
structures,
of life you're in, we
farm
have
fence.
the perfect
Right.
noodles for you. From birthday
I think I still have to level it up.
wedding noodles, all the way to those
Farm
most
workers
vile of
barracks
noodles.
and farm maintenance building.
Every occasion has a noodle at yakisoba, so experience something different. Yakisoba.
It's probably just going to need a lot more. Production resource units until next level, 25 out of 500.
Lock
Right,
eyes
so I
with
just
a
need to
lemur.
get more fields.
Shake hands with a turtle. At the city zoo, you can experience the wild in our wildest
Now,
exhibition yet.
time to set up,
Come down
if
this
at all
weekend
possible,
to
the
meet our
cemetery
newest
for
addition,
8,000.
A three-toed sloth named Barbara.
That
She'll
needs to
hook
be in
you
an
with her
area that's
smile
pretty easily
and hook you
accessible.
again with her curved toes,
Maybe
used to
along
grasp
here,
trees in the wild.
along this road.
After that, take a gander at another new species.
8,000
A new
though.
type of bird previously identified as a different type of bird due to a
The
zoological
new industry
error.
over here has been
Fun
built,
for the whole
and there's still
family.
demand for yet
Book
more.
now and get a free
I think
handful
that's
of pellets to
low-hanging
feed the
fruit.
fish. Limit 4 per family while supplies last. We'll look forward to seeing you where the animals live in rooms painted to look like home.
There,
The
and I can
city
set up more
zoo.
industry.
You're listening to Mars Official Radio with Panna Masculine.
Come on,
your
here.
first radio
Oh,
host
one more?
choice with the best radio
Fine,
voice.
I'll have a small overlap. Because now I can start to boost my output here. So just fill it. This one and that one. Water supply, not quite filled. There. Immediately being used, excellent. That'll also create more jobs. And with that, hopefully get my land value raised. Oh, there's so much I still need to build. I need to build post offices, I need to build schools, I need to build, well, every sort of amenity over here for Elfwyn Park. And I want to expand this area. If I want to build another small crop field, it's another 4,000. Estimated production about 5,000 a month. This is a better position actually, 4,800 versus the 4,500 that I'm getting here. Relocate the building. Yeah, fine, build it there. Are we good on power? No, we're not. There, now it has power again. Cash it to 5k. Where's my cash coming from the most part? Income, housing, commerce, and industry. And a very, very small amount from the industry area. Like, seriously little. I think this might be more of an investment thing, where slowly but steadily you start to get more and more and more output. And the more you refine it, of course, the better it's going to get. Now there is also another option, and that's to start going for forests. That's over here, if I'm not mistaken. 2,319 units a week available. And I'm using 122. So Monorkin Park does have a bit, but it just happens to be on top of a forestry area. Potential forestry area. Is that oil? Or is that ore? Don't laugh, because it's an actual question. I think it's ore. I am colorblind, so for me these two colors are very close, and this is just very hard to distinguish. Ah, good. I can now build my cemetery. This is going to cover a decent portion of the neighborhood, but not quite enough. Let's put it in the middle of Brandon Square. Covers a bit more of the area. I have a lot of deceased stored. Space, that is. 3,000. That might be a bit too much. Let's see what the budget is. Oh, it's not a separate budget. Right. It's part of the medical tab, I think. What's going on here? Not enough workers. Too overeducated workers, in fact. Right, so I'm gonna have to expand my workforce yet again. Oh, this is gonna be tricky. How much fertile farmlands here? To about here. This is the region where it stops, mostly. Say to about there. So everything between could be residential area. If I'm able to get all my infrastructure linked up again. Let's just put a whole bunch of housing over there. And get water intact. Does this overlap enough? Oh, just short. Fine, build it again. Okay, now they have water. But they do not yet have power. That's just about the last of my budget. Getting these houses supplied with energy. Town's struggling a bit. How's export? Profit is still minus 172, weekly profit. So I'm more like paying stuff over here than trying to get it. This is improved logistics, increase upkeep costs of industrial buildings by 10%, increase the storage capacity of extractors and processors by 20%, work safety, increase workers' health, and advanced automation. Increase production output by 10%, but also the upkeep by 10%. I think that's more future stuff. Not really something I want to get into now. What I want to get into now is just upping the amount of habitable space. And that is covered by the water suppliers. I just need flat out more cash, more income per week. Not enough money. How much do I need? 1,200. I also have to expand that a bit. So it might be easier to extend this here. Well, easier might not be the right phrase. put that mostly... Oh, hold on. If I just connect here... Yeah, that'll be a little better. Because then I can still have some sort of emergency services either at or near the roundabout, or somewhere close to it. Speaking of said roundabout, what sort of priority signs do we have here? Yeah, like that. Everybody approaching the roundabout has to wait. Everybody on the roundabout takes priority over everybody else. Workers are starting to arrive. They just have nowhere to get to for their commercial needs. Let's just set up a couple of commerce areas here. They are covered by water. Good. Income, about 1,700. Immediately, commercial buildings are being used. 1,900 income per week. Oh. Shit. Doesn't reach it. There. Water tower back online. Still trying to figure out how this works. Oh, it levels... Right. Produced resources until next level, 100 out of 500. So if this speeds up, then I'll be able to potentially make more money out of it. And with more money, I might be able to buy more buildings that will assist with further production of this type. So let's get another small crop field. A small fruit field produces the same. Small crop field. Estimated production, 4,800 units per week. 8 out of 20 workers, 18 out of 20 workers. Wow, we even have one need for a highly educated worker. That might be the manager of the bunch, I guess. Income, 2,500. Now we're getting somewhere. Let's add some more residential here. Extend the sewage system. Nope, hold on. Wrong sector, wrong sector, wrong sector gonna build. We have almost enough workers, but not enough well-educated, which I think is a high school. So that's something that I'll have to work on. Getting a high school built. But that was, what was it, 20k something? Oh crap, it's backing up again, isn't it? Production, 80,000 a week. Capacity, 60,000 a week. I see a discrepancy there. I am already running it at 100%. If I want to build one, that's another 4k. Which should be coming in pretty quick. So they'll just... I don't know, if they pinch their noses for a bit. But the longer this lasts, the more they're going to get annoyed and the less taxes they'll pay. It doesn't have enough power. Ah. That's not very helpful. Alright, let's go to 120% power. And just temporarily go to 120% sewer. I don't think that's going to be anywhere near enough. Oh, I do have enough drainage capacity, just didn't have enough power. That was the problem. So now my taxes should start returning pretty quickly. Industry area is now at minus 184. This building produces crops, understood. Alright, so you can also have the look of a wheat field, potato fields, cotton fields, or corn. I quite like the greenhouse, actually. Just have a couple of back-to-back greenhouses over here and start to produce additional food with that. But more importantly, more export stuff. Now the money's flowing in again, 2,500 a week. I still have that loan, I think. No, I don't have it. Did I already pay that off? Or did I just never take it? Either way, this is quite interesting. Weekly cost is 400. But it'll allow me to finally start building that high school. The other one I still have. There's another 41,000 left to pay on that. And another 180 weeks left to do that. So that'll just pay itself off over time. I love that the game has this feature. This overview feature. Where you can just sometimes follow along with somebody. Have a look at some of the various buildings that you have in your districts. And just see and get a feel for your city. I think more games should have something like this. Of course, if it's suitable. I, for one, would love something like this in Ultimate Admiral. Where it just sort of randomly selects a ship and maybe at, let's say, half-time speed, show what the ship's doing. And as such, get a sort of more cinematic feel for it. But let me know what you guys think of this particular way of shooting. We just caught a bit of a mishap there with that vehicle. Nice aerial view of Brandon Square. Okay, I got 12,000. How much is the rest of the education? I have... Oh, I don't have enough capacity here for the elementary. Time to upgrade the budget. It's already running at 100 capacity, or 100%. Let's run it at 120. It's going to make its capacity 290, so that'll do for now. Screw it, I'm just taking that long. Go for it. Alright, time to build either the high school, 24,000, capacity 1,000 actually, or the Institute of Creative Arts, a prestigious school specializing in creative arts, educates teens an alternative to the high school. It's more expensive, and it has less capacity. For now, I think that's a bit too much. Oh, crap. This would have been a decent spot for it. I was hoping that was going to fit in here, but it's too big. Is this... This does fit. The Institute of Creative Arts. Modern Technology Institute. Or Modern Technology Institute, so pretty much MIT. Teaches teenagers in the ways of technology, an alternative to the university. I should have reserved more room here. If I put it over here, I'm covering a decent bit, but not as much of Brandon Square as I would like. If I put it over here, I still cover a decent bit, but again, not as much as I would like. I'm just going to remove this road. Then I can put the high school right here. That still covers the majority of the residential area. There. And now I can put the road back in. Sort of. But how? Yeah, I'm sure you guys don't like that. I'm sorry. There. Resized the city a bit, and now we have a capacity for 1,160 high school students. There's currently 24 in the city, but I rather doubt that. I think the thing is still spinning up. It's probably going to run pretty expensive. A high school runs at a price of 560 a week. So yes, that is fairly expensive. But right now my budget can carry it. Still a decent demand for industry, commerce, and just more residential area. So let's continue on with the residential area on this part of the lake. Or, not lake, river. here and then to there. They do have enough water.
What does it feel like to drive a
We
cloud?
are just about generating enough power.
To steer a river? What does
But
it
close.
smell like to smell a mountain?
Go to
At
130%.
Jubilee, we're committed to letting you do the
Because I don't have the cash to
impossible.
build another
And
power generator at the
now we've
moment.
succeeded in letting
Production
you
62,
drive the
consumption
undrivable.
59.
The Jubilee dementia.
What? Stop the
The car
fires?
engineers said shouldn't be made. Test drive one today.
Apparently, I
and
don't have enough
experience what
firefighters.
Scientists for decades claimed was beyond
Fire
the
hazard,
realm of
54%.
safe driving.
I have 0 fire
Jubilee.
department over here.
Be reasonable
None.
or be fast.
And over here, none. This area is more or less being covered by the
This is
department over
Mars
here.
official
But
radio
I
with
could do
Colonel
better.
Elfwyn. One of
give
all
the
the
fire
letters we
department more of a
received today
budget.
comes from Earth, from my old astrophysics professor, Aldous Lincoln. Dear Penham,
Hopefully that
I am
covers a bit
delighted
more.
to hear that you're working on Mars.
But I
It
think the
must
next
be
purchase should be
fascinating.
another
You will
item over
inspire
here.
your
Oh
listeners
crap,
to
they don't have
examine
any...
thrilling realms
Oh, this
across
is bad.
space, time, and
Garbage is
matter.
piled up.
You are always welcome to a
Yeah, that has to
full-time
do
position
with
on
my
the
garbage
faculty
collectors
here if
not
you
being able
ever
to get
return
there.
Earth. Take care, my friend. Love always.
And production is way higher than my
Professor
processing
Lincoln.
capability.
I don't
I
know
need to
what
upgrade
say.
that
Please roll the
significantly.
next song.
Garbage, up to 150. It's not going to stop it entirely. It won't solve it, but at least right now it's a bit more of a stopgap measure. And I could build a landfill, but I really don't want to. This is going to cost me 16k, however. How close am I to 4,600? Not very close at all, then. This was one of the recycling plants back here? Yeah. 2 out of 19 trucks busy. Processing rate 30,000 a week. It's already running at max capacity. Oh, we're also gonna need police here. I think I made a couple of mistakes, one of which was expanding towards this area too quickly before properly building out this side. That's something that I should have done different. And you might have already been commenting that in the comment section. Thank you in that case. I am still learning the game and trying to get better at it, while still trying to produce content. So you might, as somebody already pointed out, recognize this as the way that you yourself might have played the game previously. Now, what's an amenity that I can easily afford? Yeah, I think the recycling center is the priority. Sure enough, they need the police, they need a fire department, they need medical care. But they're going to need a lot more medical care if I don't actually have any garbage industry, any garbage disposal. Yeah, that's still not very good. 320. 1224. I could increase my taxes slightly, but I don't really want to. I think 9% is decent. If I would have to go with the landfill option, where would I fit that? I could fit it along here, but definitely that these guys wouldn't like that. Hold on, are you outside of the district? Yeah, you are. You're supposed to be green industry, buddy. You're not supposed to be polluting industry. Income is dropping. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with a temporary landfill. Otherwise, I won't be able to afford any further expansions as the weekly income will continue to drop. So this is gonna suck. A lot. At least garbage capacity, or processing capacity is 6,000. 60,000. Yeah, just gonna have to use the trucks for a bit. And if I can build a bridge from here to there, I might be able to start getting... my garbage trucks across. For 15,000, that is. No, thank you. If I want to build a small bridge, 10. You can be pretty sure that that's going to back up very, very quickly. Speaking of backing up, what are you guys waiting for? Because you take priority. There. Right, so the city's struggling a bit. It's nothing I can't fix, but I'm just going to have to take a more methodical approach to it. But that is it for this episode. Thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying the series so far, and let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comment section. Keep in mind, I do record them in batches, which means that the next episode might already have been recorded by the time that this one comes out. So that means that your comments will get read, but maybe not immediately implemented. Anyway, thank you for watching, hope you're enjoying the calm content, and I shall see you guys next week for the next episode.